Hello everyone, it's SDS SuperCoach, providing SuperCoach content for you. I'm here to present me and Brad from SuperCoach Pro's favorite rookies in each line. And as I mentioned in the intro, I said that Brad from SuperCoach Pros is here. Here we go, my man.
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Got the dusty cut out the mohawk. If the fans can see it, I'm not too sure, mate. But feel not dusty today. So yeah, going well. Have yourself.
Mate, mate, fair enough. I reckon it genuinely suits you. The haircut. I rate it. I rate it. All right, we're gonna go through. So Brad's gonna do the mids and rucks. I'm gonna do the defenders and forwards. Best rookies in each line, in our opinion. All right, so I'll start off with the defense. I'll go by ownership because that's just easy. Nick Caulfield, I think he's probably the best rookie out of all the defenders. He can, as long as he plays, he's a bloke on field that has scored 70s in the past. He's a bloke you can rely on. Definitely a kind of bloke that can get to 300k. So, yeah, I wouldn't overthink this too much. I'll just chuck him at D6 and enjoy the ride. I mean, this is not in order, by the way. I'm just saying Caulfield's the best. I've got Gibcus here. I think I saw enough from him yesterday in the pre-season game where I just went, yep, we can work with this. We can put him at D6, D7, whatever you like. This is his third season coming up. Well, his second season actually playing. His second season was ruled out with a really bad hamstring issue for the 2023 season. So I think Gibcus, who's cheaper than he's cheaper than his rookie price was. So even more of a bargain. He made up to 300k before. He can do it again. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with him, regardless if he's accountable or that third tall. I think he'll be more accountable due to probably the lack of tools at the minute in Richmond's backline. So I think he'll be more accountable. So, and then number 3, we've got Zach Reed. We'll see a bit more from him this week, whether he's accountable, third tall, that sort of thing. But once again, like a former top 10 pick, just been riddled with injuries. Is this now the year that he finally explodes? Because I do think there's a fair bit of talent in this kid. It's just whether he can just stay on the park and get a good run at it. If he can, I think he'll be one of those where he's a slow burn, but looks like he could be a very important part of Essendon's backline, just due to, I think they're going to play Laverde forward. I heard this week, so they prioritize Reed over Laverde. Got Pink. I mean, if North Melbourne's got a bunch of blokes in their back line that can't actually defend, and they want a bloke that can actually defend. He managed to defend. He's been on an AFL list. He's defended to an elite level in the Sandful. See how it translates to the AFL, but I do think Toby Pink's not the worst shout still. I know a lot of people are hot on him, but faded massively when other options appeared, and he might not be best 23. This is more of a wait and see if North Melbourne actually pick him in the side. I've got a feeling they will, just because with blokes like Sheasel and McKercher and Zach Fisher, blokes who aren't going to defend anyone, they're going to need like a couple of actual defenders. And I think Toby Pink will be could be rock solid for them. Got Ethan Phillips. Look, I know I added him in, but I'm actually not buying the pick. I think he's been on an AFL list for literally 1 week, and the footy season starts next week. I think they'll give, if they want to play more tall, they'll go with Jai Sarong as that second tall, along with Frost. I think Phillips is going to need a few, unless we get even more injuries. I think Phillips is just going to need a few extra weeks in the VFL to get his conditioning right at AFL level. And then a bloke that's really relevant at the minute is Blake Howes. He was on fire in the first quarter in today's Pracky game. That's still going on right now as we speak. We wanted to smash out a video though, so we got Blake Howes, who looked really good. I think this is his third season coming up, yet to play a game. He's a massive watch and looks. I mean, he's played well enough. He's played well enough to play round 1. Could he be like a Judd McVee of last season, that sort of thing? No Michael Hibberd now. Seems like Marty Hawes not really in contention to play in the side. So I think Howes is one to see if he gets picked next week and see how we go. Now we move into the midfield, Brad.
Yeah, just quick on House. I think because Joel Smith has been suspended. He's probably got a spot down there as well. So it's out of him and Marty Hall, but Hall's not named yet. So yeah. On to the midfielders though. So the first one's pretty obvious. We'll go Colby McKercher playing the halfback role. We've heard it a million times. So he'll have that sort of flank that, Sheasel had. They'll both be back there taking kick-ins, you'd think. So he should be owned by more than 66% of the competition, to be honest. I don't know what the other percentage you're doing with him, but he's your first selection. Then we scroll down to Riley Sanders for the Dogs' first pick of the draft. He's another one that looked really good. A lot of 1-2 receives as well, runs really hard. He should also be in 100% of the sides, to be honest. And then is this going quickly? Henry Hurstwaite. I don't know too much, but this was your first pick, wasn't it, in the Hawks selection? Is that correct?
Our first pick. What do you mean?
In the draft, is that right?
No, he was like our third pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
what
Mackenzie was our pick.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. Anyway, butchered that up. So I'm not a Hawthorn man. So, but he looked really good. He had about 20 disposals in the pracky. Do you feel like he's a sub risk at any chance?
Not really.
Really?
I think he'll take Dave's role for the first few rounds while he's out. So I think that's the appeal with him.
Yeah, he did look good. So here's the reason why I've got third, and it's probably just in price order. We scroll down to Matt Roberts, who's been on Sydney's list for a little while. He had a half-back role, had 17 touches in the game against the Giants. I think he looked really good down there. So he was a sub-candidate last year, so that's my only sort of concern is he going to be a sub-risk again? But I just feel like with the injury to Luke Parker that he might actually have a spot down there. And then I've got a few more here. Jacob Weir, 123K. He's got the wing position because Giants have a few outs at the moment. So I think he's averaged 60 before, and he's about 26 years old. So I feel like at least his floor won't be as bad as some of the first, second year rookies. And as a wing spot, as a rookie, is not too bad as people think anyway. And then going down the list, Sharp, he didn't play the first pracky because he was sick apparently. So hopefully you get another look at him. Surely he has a wing spot due to departure of Henry. And then going down that list, Clark from the Cats, he got abundance of CBAs once Guthrie went down, so you'd think he'd be in that best 22 now. Guthrie's got a quad injury for something like 10 to 12 weeks or something, so you'd think he gets a bit of a shout. Hopefully not a sub candidate. It does worry me a little bit. And then I think I've got one more player, and it's Kane McAuliffe. Jack Graham's just gone down and done a quad, a 3 to 5 week quad. So he might not be a long-term rookie. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a sub-best candidate, but I think he's not a bad shout. So they're my top rookies. In an order, probably going, McKercher, Sanders, I'm happy to field. The rest, I'm probably not as happy to field. Probably Weir would be third, Roberts fourth, Sharp fifth, Clark sixth, Hurstwaite. Am I saying that way, right? Seventh?
No, I told you before recording it's Hurstwaite.
Hurstwaite. I hear all the other YouTubers pronounce things weird too. So, look, I didn't do well in English, clearly. And then, McAuliffe is probably my last pick of the rookies. If you're struggling to find the cash, he's the cheapest out of the lot. But yeah, definitely skeptical pick, mate. So, take us away to the forwards.
I thought you were doing rucks.
I can do. I was sick of hearing my own voice, so I'll do the
rucks.
rucks.
I'll do forwards. All right. Right. Have a sip of water. Rest your voice. I'll take over from here, mate. Yeah, frick. All right. Harley Reid, 70% ownership. He's still my favorite rookie in the forward line. I just think, a lot of people jumping off now, but wait until he cuts sick in the next pracky game and everyone will jump right back on again. because we definitely don't overreact to practice matches. Look, I'm not targeting you, Brad. But yeah, look, I think just super talented player. I think the role's there. Now, I've said all preseason, I don't think he's going to be as good of a rookie as McKercher or he's going to be this Harry Sheasel or Will Ashcroft type of scorer. He's more of an impact scorer. He's going to be like a Christian Petrarca type of player in the future. So he's not exactly the accumulator. But that still makes me think with how bad the forward line is, I still think there's a very high chance that you can get to 350k and make 150k. You're sorted. There you go. I don't think he's a keeper, but I think Reid is a very solid option still. I think his highest ownership was 75. So look, there'll be some little alarm bells ringing if he doesn't go as well this week, but he's I was trying to pronounce a word, but I don't know how to pronounce it, so I won't say it. But he's still trying to get used to the AFL speed. So I do think he's perfectly fine. Sean Manor, not fully sold on him. Like I think he was on 57% at one point. He's now at 51. Does he get a game? Is he a sub risk? That sort of thing. I know he's mature age, but I haven't heard too much out of Geelong when it comes to the pecking order with Manor. I think he showed enough against Carlton in the match sim last week to warrant a spot in the team, but he did come on pretty late. Does that mean that he's more on the outer? Guess that's a wait and see. Geelong would be a team I would love to have played in round 0 so we can get a free look at some of these blokes, but not to be. Darcy Wilson, really impressed in the St Kilda match simulation last week, and as he has all preseason, really good running power. Will play a wing role, but still 130k. That's worth it. I think there's real Ollie Hollands vibes from last year with this bloke. So, yeah, I think he's ahead of Burns already. I think he plays round 1 and plays just about every game. I don't think he's a sub risk due to his running capacity. He won't slow down in games. So we'll go with Alex Sexton next now. Playing off halfback, still in the ones, looking good apparently. That's just sort of a free role to get a lot of the ball. That does interest me a fair bit. So I've currently got him at F6, but yeah, I do see quite a lot of interest with myself with Alex Sexton. So I really like him. We'll go with Caleb Windsor because he's a bit of the talk of the town at the minute with the match sim against Carlton currently happening. I'm willing to wait until round 0 to see what's going on here, just purely because I know he played well. He's playing well tonight, but I'd like to see his round 0 score first because it's still 180k for a bloke who's playing on the wing. So I think just keep that in mind. It's not a great role. I'd just like to see him replicate this again. But very good. I think he's going to be a ripper, this bloke. And we'll go with Cadman in his second preseason, number 1 pick. Lot stronger than he was this time last year. In a very good side in the Giants. So I do think if worse comes to worse, you can put him at F8 and he can slowly make some cash and shouldn't lose his spot in the team. All right, Brad.
You need to clear that forward line for 2 seconds. I didn't discuss off air. I just want to give you quick 6 ones that I don't think many people will be looking at if we're looking at pod forward rookies. You go. First one was Aro. I think he's in my side at the moment. I think he'll get a bit of midfield time. 180k, so he has been assistant for a little bit. Then the other one's Biggie Newen. He's fighting for a spot with Toby Pink and Cale Dawson at North.
How the bloody hell do you spell that?
And Ewan, Nyuon. So he's more key position. He's 123k.
Oh, gee, I'm butchering this.
Nyuon.
Oh, okay.
You've got 2 dogs as well. Sam Darcy, he looked good. I know English wasn't playing, but he took Ruck. He went forward. He went back. So he's 123k.
Yep.
And then his partner in crime down back, Bukamis. I don't know how you pronounce that one. Yeah, that's the one. He looked pretty good down back. And then the other two fighting for a Richmond small forward spot is actually Seth. No, sorry. Yeah, Seth Campbell and Steely Green, both Richmond rookies. They're taking Mansell's spot in the forward line. So I thought I'd chuck those ones in just as some pod ones because I don't think they'll be highly owned players for pods, and I always have a good forward pod rookie.
Yeah.
Anyway, to the ruck where I was meant to go to. Didn't mean to steal your thunder.
All good.
Toby, what's his name again? Conaway. My phone's not showing me the whole name.
Conway.
Yeah, Conway. I think he might be a shout. We're not too sure though. I mean, this Pracky game will give us a fair idea. And like you said, it would have been nice if Cats were playing round 0. But for me, the number one spot at R3 has to be Naismith. Nank is injured at the moment. They're sort of treading water with this one, saying it's not too long, but I feel like it's going to be a 4 to 6 week, not your 2 or 3. I think they're sort of being a little bit secret at this one. So I reckon Naismith's probably your best R3 rookie. And then the third one could be potential if you could kick straight is Nathan Kruger from Collingwood. I think he's next Cat.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah, but I just feel like Mason Cox or Darcy Cameron would have to go down for them to play a third tour like that. So yeah, they're the 3 rookie rucks, mate, and that's our rookies covered, I think.
No Jordan Sweet?
I just don't think he's maybe he's 4th, but I just don't rate it really, to be honest. I think that they paid up for Soldo. They gave us too much, in my opinion. So I think Soldo will have that mantle.
And Soldo's a better ruck as well. So yeah, fair enough. All right. Yeah, so that's all. That's a summary of our favorite rookies in SuperCoaches. We are literally 8 days away from round 0 starting, and just about 2 weeks until the official AFL SuperCoach season starts, which is pretty crazy. I was saying on Twitter, I don't know if you agree, Brad, but I feel like this has been the shortest off season I can remember.
Yeah, it does feel pretty quick, to be honest.
That felt super quick. I certainly from the grand final till the team picker came out, that felt pretty long. But the second that team picker came out, 2 months later, we're 2 weeks away from the season starting. So pretty crazy stuff. Thank you, Brad, for jumping on the channel. I'm sure we'll get you back on the channel before the season ends, and not the season ends, before the season starts. I hope you're back on the channel. I'll make sure I get on your channel as well next time, mate. Yeah, no, all good. Yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Steve. Cheers, guys.